Hey, welcome back to Self-Reliant Learning. So today I want to talk about batteries. So I live in Minnesota. We just hit a cold spell. It got to minus 27. Very crappy on batteries. And found out my battery that's in my truck just doesn't have the oomph anymore. Start it when it's that cold. So I was looking online, and you know, when you buy a battery in a parts store, I mean, it's $200, $250. If you want an AGM, it's upwards around $300 now. You know, this is my plow truck. I need the thing to start. So I got in touch with this company and talked to them. I'm like, hey, you know, I need a new battery for my truck. I also have a YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. Let's work together and see what we can come up with here. They said, okay, not a problem. Asked me my year, make, and model. I gave it to them. And they said, okay, we're going to send you out a battery in exchange for doing a video on it. Now, this is not a paid sponsorship. They just supplied the battery, which is fantastic. Thank you for that. The company is called UPLUS or UPLUS. I don't know. I think it should be like UPLUS. UPLUS. I think that might be how you say it. I don't know. I expected them to send out a standard lead acid battery, and what they ended up sending out is an AGM battery. Now, AGM batteries are freaking awesome for cold weather where I live in Minnesota. The thing is like I said, this is going in my plow truck. I also daily drive that truck, right? So the difference between lead acid and AGM is this has fiberglass mats in there that hold the electrolyte and between the plates. So when you wiggle this around, you don't hear it sloshing. You can put it upside down. You can put it right side up on its side. It don't matter. It doesn't care. It'll work. One thing that you get, or that is a benefit of this, is you'll get longer life because they're super vibration resistant, right? Which is great because when I'm plowing, that plow is shaking the crap out of my truck. And all those vibrations are going right into the battery, you know, the battery tray and into the battery. And that's probably why, even with good batteries, the battery that's in here you'll see is a die-hard battery, which is supposed to be a good battery, but I can't seem to get more than a year out of them. So I'm glad that they sent this AGM out. We're going to test it out and see how she goes. First thing I want to show you is that she comes fully charged, okay? So we want to see 12.6, 12.7 volts. That's what we want to see. That would make it a fully charged battery. And let's see. Positive here, negative there. Sorry, I need an extra hand. Helps if we touch the post. You see she's at 12.85. Okay, now obviously it's got a little bit of surface charge on it, and we expect to see that. So they ship full. They ship ready to install. They're not discharged at all. You can see, 12.85. That's, if you take your voltmeter to the auto parts store, they're going to come up with, you know, around 12.6, 12.7. So that's definitely a good battery based on voltage. Obviously, we don't know until we load test it. So I do have a load tester around here. Let me see if I can find it. I'll be right back. All right, so I got my load tester here. As you can see, kind of tells you on the front here what you want to see. Oh, I still got that. Oh, look at that. Nice peel. All right, so once we hook this load tester up, what we're going to want to see is we want to see a minimum of... We don't want to see this voltage. We don't want to see this voltage drop below 10 volts. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hold it on there. We want to run it for about 8 to 10 seconds. Okay, that was roughly 10 seconds. And we got a lot of heat coming off this thing because basically it's a giant resistor is what it is. We sat right at that 11.1, I think? Yeah, 11.1, and it just sat there. This is definitely a good battery. Anything really over 10 is a satisfactory battery test. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and install this. We'll get it started, and I'll bring you out there, but I'm not going to, like, you know, step by step how to do it. It's a 2011 Chevy with 420,000 miles on it, and I got to do some diagnostics on that, and I'll run you through that here once the temperature starts warming up a little bit. So what we'll do here, I got some tools in my pocket. We're going to head outside. We're going to go ahead and see what we can see. All right, so you guys know it's cold. It's -6 right now, and it is windy. So we're going to go ahead and just hammer this out real quick before my hands freeze. Come on. All right. See, are you the right size? No. And you must be the right size. All right. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is take off the battery cable. Now they always tell you, take off the ground first. And I'll tell you the reasoning for that. That is because we take the ground off first, because what it does is it helps to prevent voltage spikes. And so anything with a computer, you definitely want to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and take this one out. Now I have extra wiring on mine that you probably won't have on yours unless you have a Plow. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we'll leave this on here. That don't matter. And does this one not have handles? Oh, it does, it's got a go handle. Let me know if you know what that's from. All right, I'm gonna grab that battery and I'll be right back. All right, get her down in there. The cable's out of the way. And get her down on the battery. So we're gonna go ahead, hook up positive first. Make sure she's all the way down on there. Grab my ratchet. And we're gonna go ahead and tighten her down. All right, now these style, they don't have to be, you don't want to crank on them. You want to make sure it's tight enough where it doesn't twist on the post. You can see the way they work is it's got this T-bolt that has two angles here, and it actually squeezes in as you tighten it down. And that's all you got to do. Wiggle. She still wiggles. Keep going a little farther. All right, and yep, still wiggles. Still loose on there. Yeah, there we go. She's nice and tight. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start it up. Now, mind you, it is -6 right now. Here, let me see here. Let's get you guys so you can see. Here's the truck. 420,000 on her. She's cold. She's got snow on it. No blankets, right? Not plugged in. Nothing. All right, so let's get you guys in here, right? You guys can drive. All right. Let's see if she fires up. Oh man, haha, that is fantastic. Now let's go in and talk to you guys about AGM batteries and their benefits. All right, so let's talk a little bit about AGM batteries. Basically, AGM batteries are far better than lead acid in the aspect of they can take a higher voltage, or sorry, not a voltage, a higher amperage charge. They charge faster. They can be positioned in all positions. You can put the battery in upside down if you wanted to. You can have it at an angle. If you're in a rock crawler or an off-road vehicle, it has no problem as you tip sideways. Whereas the lead acid, what happens is that acid splashes up and can cause corrosion as it spills up and out of the battery. So that also means that AGM batteries can't be spilled, right? They can still off-gas, okay? It is still acid that is in there. It's just absorbed into the fiberglass mats. So they will off-gas if they're overcharged, okay? They still can sulfate, all right? Although they don't seem to do it as much. For wanting my biggest reason for wanting an AGM battery in my truck is it's a plow truck, right? I told you guys that earlier. That plow sits there and bounces on the ground, right? As it's pushing snow and you hit curbs. I mean, I don't have any curbs. I have a gravel driveway, so I'm hitting rocks that are frozen in the ground. And, it causes all kinds of vibrations straight to the frame, or just straight up to that battery box, right? And I'm thinking that that's what's killing my batteries. That's why I'm only getting a year and a half out of these other batteries that I took out. What the hell is it? Die hard batteries. Now, my old battery has a warranty on it still, and I can go and bring it back in, get a new battery, and I probably will just to keep it as a spare. But the thing is now we have an AGM battery in here. So only time will tell if that is going to last longer, right? Also, we have that parasitic draw that we need to address, and we'll be doing that here hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping that the temperatures in Minnesota warm up a little bit. I'm sick of this negative, we were down to -27 the other night. Anyway, UPLUS batteries, thank you. Appreciate the battery. If you want to pick one up yourself, I'll put a link in the description. It'll bring you right to their website or Amazon. So UPLUS, thank you for the battery. Appreciate it. It looks to be a very high quality battery. It passed the load test right out of the box. Didn't even have to put a charger on it, which a lot of lead acid batteries, when you get them, you need to charge them up to make sure that they're fully charged before you put them in the car. Otherwise, they will never be fully charged because your alternator does not charge your battery more than 75%. Anyway, like I said, you want to pick up one of these AGM batteries, or they even have other batteries. They have those little tiny batteries, for like Power Wheels size batteries. You can, if you need to replace that. They do have lithium batteries coming out. They're not released just yet, but they're hoping by mid-year that they should be releasing those. And lithium batteries won't work in my truck because of the extreme colds, but for you guys down south, warmer climates, you'd definitely be able to use a lithium battery. But anyway, you guys have fun. It's been a pleasure talking to you again.